Welcome to News Video Clip. Republicans are freaking out because their numbers are dropping right with Trump's, and midterms are looking pretty bad, folks. Republicans are definitely going to lose the House. They may lose the Senate, and they're absolutely getting desperate. Let's go over to Newsmax, where John McGuire, representative, Republican, is literally pushing a debunked conspiracy theory that COVID vaccines are made of aborted baby fetal parts. This goes back years. Let's listen to this freak.
It's crazy. I don't know if you heard about the BLT sandwich using human fetus baby parts in the vaccine when they could have used ivermectin, but maybe they're helping the big pharma get rich.
All right. First of all, that was debunked many, many years ago. And John McGuire is absolutely desperate. And he's even pushing the ivermectin lie. And let's keep in mind, ivermectin is an anti-parasitic. COVID is a viral infection. Anti-parasitics don't work on viruses. He's either very ignorant or he's lying. Or he's just desperate. He's definitely pathetic. Okay, now we're going to go over to CNN, another pathetic, desperate Republican, Representative Jim Jordan. And he was asked about a fellow Republican named Max Miller, who's been accused of beating his wife, beating his ex-wife, beating his ex-girlfriend, and abusing his toddler daughter. Watch Jim Jordan struggle desperately to defend Max Miller. Let's watch the clip from CNN.
I also want to ask you about something a little closer to home. There is a colleague of yours in the Ohio delegation, Max Miller, who is facing allegations of abuse from an ex-wife of the wife and his then toddler daughter. Do you think that Max Miller, who denies this abuse, should he resign from Congress in light of the accusations?
Look, this is a family matter. I know Max is a good man. I was up campaigning for him. I hope he wins re-election. He's done a good job as a member of Congress, and we should all pray for his family. These are difficult times that they're going through. We understand that. These kind of situations always are. But Max is a good member and a colleague, and hopefully he's going to win re-election. But ultimately, in the end, that's up to the voters in his district. But yeah, we were up helping Max.
Okay. Did you notice Jim Jordan said, let's pray for Max Miller and let's pray for his family? I didn't hear any prayers for the alleged victims. The alleged victims are Max Miller's ex-wife, his ex-girlfriend, and his toddler daughter. And I didn't hear Jim Jordan mention a prayer for any of them. All righty, let's watch more of the interview.
A few weeks ago at a campaign event up in his district in the northern part of our state.
So, I mean, it's just worth noting, I mean, the allegations include that Miller scalded his ex-wife's chest and stomach when he threw hot water at her, that he held a gun to her head, that he pushed her against a wall and hit her in the head, that he fractured their daughter's collarbone and bruised her shoulder, that his 2-year-old daughter reportedly told his ex-wife, quote, "Daddy,
Casey,
kill you." I want to play for you what you said when you were asked about Graham Plattner, who faced allegations of abuse. Let's watch what you told.
I've not heard all this.
Well, it was in the New York Times. It was in the New York Times. That's the list of allegations. It's been out there for a while. I just want to show you what you.
Okay. So Jim Jordan is pretending that he hasn't heard any of these allegations about Max Miller, even though they have been out for over a week. And it's not just the New York Times, it's multiple news organizations. So Jim Jordan is doing exactly what Speaker Mike Johnson is doing. He's feigning ignorance. He's pretending he's never heard of any of this. All right, let's go and watch the rest of the clip.
You told Newsmax when you saw that Graham Plattner was facing these accusations. Watch.
That's always been the case with Democrats. It's all about maintaining power. They will take any crazy position as long as it furthers their ability to win elections and get power, and frankly, to go against anyone who goes against President Trump.
Why does that not apply here to Republicans who want to keep power in the seat?
Well, I don't know the context of the question I was asked about Mr. Plattner, but
Wait a second. Now Jim Jordan doesn't even recall the question he was asked about Graham Plattner. What is he? What has he got? Dementia? All right, let's keep watching.
I guess it was about all the ridiculous positions he's taken.
The banner
It was
there
about
says
his
Plattner's ex-girlfriend
anti-Israel,
accuses him
the
of
Nazi,
abuse.
the Nazi tattoo and everything else. Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't answer. I don't know that I answered that question. I think I was dealing with just who he was as a candidate and the crazy anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, pro-Nazi positions that he has taken. I think is evidenced by the fact that he had a Nazi tattoo on his chest.
It's funny, interesting. Jim Jordan won't mention that Pete Hegseth had a white nationalist, racist tattoo on his chest. How come Jim Jordan won't mention that? How come Jim Jordan won't mention all the times that Trump's deputy advisor, Stephen Miller, has used playbooks right out of the Nazi playbook? How come he won't mention Donald Trump, who's a 34-time convicted felon and an adjudicated rapist? Jim Jordan is desperate, and he's never met an abuser he didn't like, as long as they were a Republican. He's a sick, sick individual. Alrighty, we're going to move on now. Speaking of sick and crazy, Senator Pete Ricketts ran from a TMZ reporter who is asking him about Mitch McConnell. Now, nobody has seen Mitch McConnell in 40-something days. McConnell won't release a video. He won't even pick up a telephone to confirm he's still alive. Now, watch Pete Ricketts run from this TMZ reporter, and then he's going to call security on the same reporter. This is a true coward.
Do you think Mitch McConnell needs to do more to prove his health?
I think we should give Mitch the time he needs to be able to recover, come back to the Senate. We're praying for him, don't wish him luck.
Yeah, but we can give him the time he needs while also he provides. While also he.
Stop him. No. Help on him. All of his not. Only he's with me. These two are not.
Yeah, but I'm a reporter, sir.
Security.
No, I already have been through security, sir. I've already been through security.
Okay. So Senator Pete Ricketts is such a little pussy. He's crying out for security and he's running away from TMZ. That is so pathetic. He has no spine. He's a beta male. Absolutely no guts whatsoever. All righty. Speaking of no guts, we have a lot of, so we have some Elon Musk fans that watch this podcast, and they get really mad whenever we do a story about Elon Musk. So, of course, we got to do a story on Elon Musk. AFP reports that South African billionaire Elon Musk is planning to buy the U.S. midterm elections for the Republicans. AFP reports that Musk is reviving his super PAC, which is called the America PAC, which spent more than $260 million to buy the 2024 presidential election for Trump. And we all remember when Elon was holding those public rallies and literally paying off voters. It was unbelievable. So you can tell how desperate the Republicans are. But don't take my word for it. Take a Republican's word for it. This is former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. He was on ABC News talking about how badly Trump and the Republicans are polling. Let's listen to Chris Christie.
Well, Martha, look, Republicans, my party has got to be scared, and especially some very good members of Congress who otherwise might deserve re-election are weighed down by the following. Look at the numbers in the Fox News poll last week. The president's job approval is at 3861. But worse, he's 34 points underwater on the economy, 32 points underwater on Iran. And the bigger problem in these swing districts for the House and these swing states in the Senate is what's going on with independents. The president's job approval is 41 points underwater with independents. And he's 66 points underwater on inflation with independents. Those are deadly numbers. And so, for Republicans, they're going to have to start making a decision. Do they try to distance themselves from this president? And this is going to be the first time he's going to have to confront that potentially. Either they're going to go down with him as he's going down, and these are Fox News poll numbers. So, we got some real problems as a party, and it's going to affect. I was with Republican governors this past week, and there's a lot of Republican gubernatorial races that we are very, very worried about in states that we have always won. And that's a real problem.
Okay. So there you go. That's Republican Chris Christie explaining how badly Trump and the Republicans are polling. So that would explain some of the really weird behavior from Republicans lately, bringing up old conspiracy theories about COVID vaccines, running from reporters, defending people who are accused of beating their ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, and toddlers. That's how desperate the Republicans are to hold on to the House and the Senate. Alrighty, those are all the stories we have for today. We have links to all of our stories right below this video. Unlike the right-wing podcasters, Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, Kristen Hawkins, Riley Gaines, none of those people back up their claims. They are paid influencers. They are paid liars. And they lie like hell. They never back up anything. All right, if this is your first time watching this podcast and you like it, please like and subscribe. If you hate it, hate and subscribe. If you hate me, definitely hate and subscribe. That's the best reason to subscribe. All righty, we'll be back later with more stories.